The Final Four is set as LEC presents New Japan Cup USA 2021. I'm Chris Charlton, and this is Finish Strong for the week of April the 9th, 2021. This week on NJPW's Strong, New Japan Cup USA 2021 kicked off as 8 men vie not just for the cup, but for the right to be called the very first NJPW Strong Openweight Champion. First to hit the ring this week were Clark Connors and Leo Rush in round 1 action. Both men have strong amateur backbones, but after a heated mat exchange, it was Connors coming up on top with a headlock and a big shoulder tackle. Connors took early control of the match, but an athletic counter from Rush with the head scissors and strikes to follow up saw the balance of power shift in the match. Yet later it was Connors absorbing those kicks and landing a huge pounce to rock Leo Rush. Connors would hit a release Northern Lights suplex, but Rush would evade a spear and land a Asai moonsault and a crossbody for 2. Connors would eventually get the spear and look for a Boston Crab, eventually getting it in, but the man of the hour would escape and hit Rush Hour for the win to make it to the semi-finals. With one LA Dojo representative eliminated, it was down to another on excursion, Ren Narita, to take on Tom Lawler in the second of the first round matchups. Narita surprised Lawler with the first takedown of the match and hung with the former mixed martial artist on the mat. When Lawler landed the first strikes, Narita seemed to hit harder, but eventually Filthy Tom was able to ground his opponent with a hammerlock. Lawler's superior submission wrestling had Narita suppressed, but aggression has quickly become a trademark for Ren, and it paid off with harsh leg kicks. Narita has gained submission victories with Narita's special number 3 and went for that hold, but it was countered and countered again into a knee bar and then eventually a figure 4. After making the ropes, Ren would hit a spectacular front suplex and a flying wheel kick, but Lawler would rely on his judo skills to take Narita down. And then, after a rear naked choke and a penalty kick as a nod of disrespect to Narita's current coach, Tom Lawler made it to the semi-finals. A grudge match was in the third of our 4 first-round matchups as Fred Rosser faced Hikuleo. Hikuleo hit a boot out of the blocks as Fred Rosser made his entrance, and the match spilled to the outside before it even began, sending Rosser over the guardrails to the concrete floor. The match was almost waved off before the bell even rang, but when it did, Hikuleo was still in control, getting a 2 from a power slam and another from a massive suplex. The desperate Rosser would pull at Hikuleo's hair, and on the outside, he was able to send the young gun into the apron before hitting his big side suplex. Yet in the ring, there was too much Hikuleo. A power slam was followed by the Tongan driver for the Hikuleo victory.
Hey, Freddie. You see what happens when you play fair? You don't cheat. Leave that to me. He still pulled my hair. I still won. Fair and square. Bars.
Last to take their spot in the semi-finals would be the victor of our main event, as Brody King faced Chris Dickinson. Dickinson was aggressive at the start, but would be leveled out of the corner by Brody King and then flattened with a massive senton. The Dirty Daddy would go to the knee of King and find the figure 4 before sharp kicks and focused attacks kept Dickinson in full control. Yet Brody King was able to get that adrenaline rush and responded with a cannonball to his opponent. Pile driver would follow, but Dickinson would respond with swinging DDT and into an STF, before going big with a huge deadlift German to his super heavyweight opponent. Dickinson had Brody King in severe trouble with high and low strikes, but Brody would respond with a devastating lariat to get the victory against the run of the match. So your final 4 are now set, as are your semi-final matchups. Next week on NJPW Strong, it's Hikuleo versus Tom Lawler and Leo Rush versus Brody King. Some incredible matches coming up on NJPW Strong. That's it, we've finished strong for another week. Until next time, go kigenyo, sayonara.